Excellent. Yes, I love the photos that you post on Twitter.
Thank you.
Are you actually cooking that? That's amazing. You have a good presentation.
Thank you. Keep it simple.
But it's pretty. I was like, that's very nice.
You know, you don't.
You should see his pictures that he puts up there
What time do you
every
have to
single
eat
night
dinner?
at dinner.
Because you have to get up so early.
No, I try to have us sitting
what's the
down by
question for me?
6:30.
That's nice. That's
You
good.
know, and then we have
Okay, the first
gives us
clip
an hour,
is-
give or take.
so-
By the time we clean up, get upstairs, it's
So Grace will actually
8:00.
introduce the clips.
What time do you go to sleep?
Yeah.
If you don't mind me asking.
no. I'd
I'm
like
sorry.
to. No, you can. You can please feel free to. I'd like to say 9:30, but most nights it's between 10 and
Okay,
10:30.
quiet guys, we're gonna go.
Okay.
Give me a countdown.
Is this on my page or whose page is
It's on
this?
your page, going to the Hallmark page. 3 million people.
So it goes through my page
It
to
goes
their
through your
page.
page. It starts with your page.
Got
I
it.
think it's shared.
This, what is this? Twitter, Facebook?
It's on Facebook. Facebook Live.
Couldn't remember.
About 20 seconds.
This Facebook page?
It's your Facebook
No,
page.
the other one.
Oh, the other one?
Yeah, it's the other one. That's
With
your
the blue
profile. We
photo.
don't use that anymore.
Oh.
We're using your page.
I can't find it.
Oh, they're both yours? Yeah, I was curious.
Two, one, and
Hello, I'm Grace Randolph, and today we're going beyond the trailer with Al Roker.
Hello! Hi, Grace. How are you?
Hi, we're here in your office,
Yes.
which was described to me as a pop culture museum. And does that mean I can't touch anything?
Well, you certainly can't take anything. I suppose you could touch stuff, but no, it's just stuff I've collected over the years. It's just that.
Are they gifts, or do people like
A
do you
little of
search it
both.
out?
No, I don't. I don't search anything out. No, people. I've been very fortunate. People give me stuff, and I just kind of hold on to it. It's basically, I have this office just because my wife won't let me bring anything home.
That's good. It's your man cave.
It's sort of. Yes, it is. There's a hibernating bear in the corner.
Well, today we're going to talk about your new movie, which is a morning show mystery, Mortal Mishaps.
Yes.
Which is going to air on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries this Sunday,
Yep.
8, 9 Central, right?
Yep.
So, and you can follow along with it with hashtag morning, show
Morning
mystery.
Show Mystery.
So you're a writer.
Yes, I have written a number of books. This isn't even all of them. I think now I have 11, including one with my wife Deborah, and the 12th is coming out this spring.
Wow.
But it's been I've always liked writing. I love to read, and so I've kind of started dabbling in writing. And my first book was "Don't Make Me Stop This Car: Adventures
Oh,
in
that's
Fatherhood."
great.
But my love is our mysteries. My mom was an avid reader and loved mysteries, and I think at the end of the day, we always try doing stuff to impress our parents. And so I thought, oh, my mom would love this. So I wrote the book, and was pleased with it.
Well, you have such a crazy schedule, and a lot of people have crazy schedules these days. What advice do you have for people about pursuing their passions, like your writing?
Well, it's interesting you say that. Actually, when people always say, "Oh, it's interesting," sometimes it's not, or they say, "It's funny," and then they say it, and I think, it's not really that funny. Anyway,
So this is
digress.
legit interesting.
This is legit, straight up interesting. I'm of the belief that if you really love something, if you're passionate about something, it's really not hard or difficult to do. You don't mind putting in the extra time. And so that's kind of how I feel about this, about writing. So I'll find time. I've written a lot of my books on airplanes, when I'm traveling.
That's a great idea.
What's interesting, again, there's that phrase, I haven't used a laptop or a desktop computer to write a book in probably 5 years.
What are you writing on in
On
the
my
airplane?
iPad.
Oh, on your with the thumbs?
Well, now there's keyboards.
Oh, yeah.
And so you just kind of prop it up, and and if I hit writer's block or I get bored with myself when I'm writing, I can watch a movie.
That's fantastic. Well, as you said, you're prolific. This is the first of a trilogy,
Yes,
right? So you've
yes.
got the morning show murders,
Right.
then you have the midnight show murders and
Yes.
the talk show murders, and now they're movies.
Yes.
How did this all come about?
Well, when I wrote the book is, they say write what you know. And so I work in morning television. I've written a couple of cookbooks. And I've always wanted to have a restaurant, don't have one. But so I created this protagonist, Billie Blessings, who is black, bald, a little chunky, amazingly good looking, is a chef, a restaurateur, and is a contributor to a network morning show. And his executive producer dies mysteriously, and all signs point to Billy, and he has to kind of become an amateur sleuth to clear his name. So that was the premise. That's the premise of the book.
It's the book.
6 months ago, I go to Hallmark, and we're having just meetings about stuff. And they said, "Did you have any? We're really this Hallmark Movies and Mysteries channel is going gangbusters.
Oh, wow.
You wouldn't happen to have a murder mystery, would you?" And I said, "Funny you should say
Do
that."
I?
And so I send them this, and literally the guy who runs it, Bill Abbott, and his number two, Michelle Vickery, call a couple of days later.
That means
and
they
say,
burned through it, Al.
We really like this, and but we'd like to make you a woman. And I thought,
Holly Robinson Pete's not a bad.
well, that's what worked out. So I said, yes, absolutely. And they said, anybody you know? And I said, as a matter of fact, I do. Holly Robinson Pete's a good friend of mine. And I called her and said, hey, here's the deal. I've got this project. You remember the book I wrote? Yes, yeah. Well, I want you to play Billy. And she goes, but Billy's a man. I said, not anymore. And so it worked out
Is
perfectly.
the name still Billy? Because that
It's
could go
Billy.
either way.
It's Billie as opposed to Billy.
Well, we're going beyond the trailer here, so that implies we have a trailer.
Ah.
So let's take a look.
Holly Robinson Peete makes her Hallmark Movies and Mysteries world debut.
One lucky audience member is going home with this cake.
A hit morning show just became primetime news.
A bizarre case of food poisoning.
Someone is trying to frame me.
From executive producer Al Roker,
Come out with your hands up.
Isn't there some rule about having dinner with suspects?
Rick Fox co-stars Morning Show Mystery, Mortal Mishaps.
Thanks for picking up my
Premieres Sunday,
paper.
January 21st at 9 on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries.
No, I'd never met Rick before, but here's this is truly interesting. Rick Fox, obviously a former NBA player, decides to become an actor. His first job in Hollywood in 1997 is playing the love interest on a CW sitcom. I think it was called Living It Up or something like that with Holly Robinson Peete.
What?
What?
It's-
What?
It's fate.
What?
And did they haven't seen each other, right?
So they've kept in touch.
Oh,
and
okay.
But this is the first time since then that they've worked together.
Well, they seem to still have the chemistry.
They do. They
Right?
do.
We have some footage of them, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Holly was talking about how it's tough work having to kiss Rick Fox.
B-roll.
I was thinking you'd have to get on a stepladder if it was me. That's a whole nother show.
Well, how does it feel? You've written these characters. How does it feel seeing them come to life on the screen?
That's the weird thing. I mean, I should say right off the bat, I love it. But man, it's weird. It's kind of strange to see these two-dimensional on a page characters, and now they're flesh and blood, and they're saying the words you wrote. It's a little strange.
That's so cool. Well, are they going to continue, make more movies out of the books?
Well, I'm hoping so. We've already commissioned a second script. We're working on that
Wow.
now, and I think they feel like, knock on wood, that this is going to be a great franchise, and so we've got outlines for another 3 or 4 movies.
That's very exciting. So the movie's going to air this Sunday, right?
This
so
Sunday, 9 o'clock Eastern.
It's the same plot. All they changed was they made Billie a woman.
Yeah, and we changed, say, locations. For example, my character worked in New York on a network morning show, had a big fancy restaurant. Billie is now relocated to the Pacific Northwest. She has a smaller restaurant. Her dad was a policeman who happens to was the partner of Rick Fox.
Oh, I love it.
Her dad kind of took him under his wing and mentored him. And
So there's history there.
There's history, and there was a little sparky thing that never was consummated. So they got that going for them.
I like that.
Yeah.
So you know what else this movie has? You.
Yes.
There's a cameo.
You know, kind of, one of the things I always loved growing up, watching, I remember as a kid seeing North by Northwest.
Oh, yes.
And Alfred Hitchcock makes an appearance. And then I saw, I think it was The Birds, and Alfred Hitchcock makes a cameo. I was
Those
like,
are the best.
So I thought, and I'm not putting myself in the same category as
Aw,
Alfred.
you can. I'll put you in it.
But
I'll put him in.
I do have a cameo.
We have it. We have it.
Excuse me.
So
let's take a look.
Billy, that was one of the most amazing live interviews I have ever seen. I wish I could have done something like that. You must really be proud. Keep up the good work.
It was a short cameo.
That's pretty cool looking.
Right back.
Thank you. And we're back.
Very cool. So it looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was. You know, and it's we shoot these. They shoot these up in Canada, and so in Vancouver.
And it was really the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, it really is, and I love Vancouver. You know, we did the Winter Olympics there, and I think it was 2010, and it is one of the most spectacular cities.
Oh wow!
It's gorgeous. I mean, the everybody is outdoors doing stuff. I mean, you've got these ski resorts like. I mean, you can see the mountains and the ski resort from downtown. I mean, it's like a 30-minute drive from downtown. So, and there are all these bike paths, and you're on Puget Sound, you're on the Pacific, and it's just the most spectacular setting, and unbelievable restaurants. So, I'm looking forward to going back up and shooting our next one.
Well, when you were up there, did you stick around and watch any of the filming? Do you have any
Yes.
behind-the-scenes details you can tell us?
What's interesting is when you watch them shooting a scene and they have extras doing stuff and you're going, this doesn't look good, this doesn't look right. And then you see the rushes the next day and you go, oh, that makes perfect sense. It looks fantastic. So, it's pretty good.
So we have some audience questions.
Oh, audience. Hello,
All right.
audience. How are you?
Yes, everybody's watching. Let me bring them up here. While I'm bringing them up, by the way, this is, it's on Sunday night. It's about,
Yes.
it's about a chef.
Yes.
Is there any food that like a dinner you would recommend preparing to go along with the movie?
I would say, depending if you're into fish, if you like fish, and you go on my Instagram at Al Roker, there's a terrific. We had a recipe on the Today Show that is salmon fillets that are crusted in the seasoning that goes on everything bagels. So it's poppy seed, sesame seed, garlic, some salt, and it's terrific. And it's so simple. You literally just smear some olive oil on both sides of your salmon. You dredge it in which you can get at like Trader Joe's.
Oh, perfect.
And you skin side down, sear it in the pan for like 5 minutes on one side, flip it over depending on the thickness, and then maybe 2 or 3 minutes on the other side for medium rare. And it is spectacular. Steam some broccoli with it, and maybe roast some sweet potatoes. And
That sounds very Pacific Northwest.
yes,
I like that.
or you could go with my go-to, which is a 2-inch bone-in ribeye, some roasted potatoes,
That's a good one.
and some sautéed spinach.
Well, you're a funny guy, and Mike wants to know, do you think you'll ever write a comedy?
Well, the interesting, again, there it is. There's comic elements to this book and to the movie, but a straight up comedy, I don't know. Comedy, there was a great English actor, Sir Edmund Kean, who was on his deathbed, and one of his friends says to him, "Tell me, Sir Edmund, how is it difficult dying? He goes, dying is easy, comedy is hard.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and that's the truth. So I don't know. That's a long way around of saying I don't
It would
know.
have to be maybe the plane ride to the Olympics this year.
Could be.
I have a lot of
Could
time.
be. I've got 12 hours,
Oh, wow.
14 hours actually.
Well, also Laura Platts. Well, first she says hello,
Hello, Laura Platts.
and she says, "What is your favorite?"
Isn't that? I'm going to Platts. No, that's Platts. That's Platts. I'm sorry.
Well, what is your favorite mystery novel written by someone else?
I'm a huge Sherlock Holmes fan. You know, the classics, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. And I'm a Walter Mosley, who wrote, who had the whole series of murder mysteries or thrillers, and Rex Stout's Nero Wolfe, you know, who is a fat detective, which, you know, got to do something.
Well, also here's a great question from Nicholas. He wants to know about your process. Okay, so he says, "Hey, Al Roker,
Hey, Nicholas.
when you're writing your novels, how much pre-writing do you do? And by this I mean, do you thoroughly outline your story first, or you just jump in writing and hope for the best?"
Well, it's a little of both. You know, you have an outline, and you think you know where you're going, and then it takes you in a different direction. And I find that happens in life. You know, you think you know where you're going, and suddenly you're doing something else. I mean, I built my career on that. I wasn't going to be on TV. I was going to be a writer or a producer, and I got a job doing weekend weather just to make ends meet in college, and
That worked out well. Well, also, Andy Lunga says, "Al Roker, any advice?"
Lunga!
Any advice for other people wanting to get into writing thrillers but have no experience? Where do they start?
Wow. Well, I think you just start writing. You know, I think you just try to do it and see where it goes. You know, come up with a. I mean, look, the trick is a good story and a good character. You know, and sometimes you may have a great story, but your characters aren't that good. And sometimes you've got really great characters, but your story's a little on the shaky side. So, you know, finding that balance is tough. But the only way to do it is to do it.
And then Evan wants to know, are there similar aspects for you in the creative process for a live show like today in a scripted movie?
You know, I don't. Yeah. Again, it's the same thing. You have to have a compelling story and good, and people that people want to watch. But the thing about movies and scripted television or film, scripted entertainment, is that it takes forever to do. You know, you got to you get the setup and you get the shot, and you maybe do it 2 or 3 or 4 times, and you got to get the reverse and this. Live TV, it just happens. It happens and it spills out into your home, whether you want it or not. The only way to turn it off is to turn off the TV. So it just happens. Scripted entertainment takes a lot more work, I think.
Well, we have a fun, I don't know if this is a follow-up question or not, or it's another Evan.
Ah.
But this is one of my viewers, and I often talk about how difficult the third act is. So Evan wants to know, since you have the experience of actually having a third act, how do you combat that third act problem?
I don't know. You just do. You know, I didn't see it as a problem. I didn't even know there was a third act problem.
Oh, well, you know, it's so hard to nail it. You know, it's
Yeah.
easy to get a story started.
Yeah.
But the follow-through is really
Yeah,
hard.
I don't know. I think sometimes ignorance is bliss. You know, if you don't know it's a problem,
great.
then it's not a problem. Ooh.
And our last question is from Youssef, and he says, just out of curiosity, Al, what's your favorite movie of 2017?
Wow, that's a tough one. You know, I think it depends on. I'm more a genre person. I mean, you know, probably superhero movie was Thor Ragnarok.
Fun.
You know, from a drama standpoint, probably Mudbound. From a kind of a quirky ensemble film, I'd probably say 3 Billboards.
Oh, great. Yeah, you can't have just one.
Yeah, it's
Right?
it's that's why I think the Golden Globes really is on to something in a sense, in that it's hard to compare a comedy to a drama.
Exactly.
So having best comedy or musical and best drama, I think answers, and it allows you to split the baby down the middle, which is pretty nasty.
So this Sunday, everybody tunes in at 8, 9 Central, 9, 8 Central,
yes.
9, 8 Central
Yes.
on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries for morning show mystery Mortal Mishaps. There's something fun going on with the hashtag,
Yes.
right? So if they tweet at Hallmark Movies the hashtag morning show mystery, what do they get?
They get our internal gratefulness. What
We get like a video clue.
Oh, we
right?
get the clues. Okay, I thought there was something
Oh,
other
sorry.
than... No, I thought there was something more than that. And now that I think about it, it really does seem like you should get more than that. But
No, it's
there are
a video of you.
clues of me, like, because it's not like you can't find me on TV. But I'm doing. We've got specific clues and challenges for you to try to help solve the mystery.
Well, that'll be fun because then they can kind of watch with you.
Exactly.
Right.
It's like you're in my home, but you don't have to see me in my underwear.
All right, so thank you for tuning in to this special live edition of Beyond the Trailer. Thank you, Al, for such a fabulous interview.
Oh, please, thank
for
you.
taking us behind the scenes of the movie.
That's what we are here for.
And you can watch the actual movie either live or don't forget to set your DVR. It's Morning Show Mystery, Mortal Mishaps on Hallmark this Sunday again, 8, 9 Central.
Hallmark Movies and Mysteries.
Movies and Mysteries.
Because they've got two channels. They've got the Hallmark channel,
Hallmark, okay.
and then they've got Hallmark Movies and Mysteries.
So,
And now they've got a third channel coming out, Hallmark Drama. Hallmark
just
is
what
taking
you-
over the world.
what you were just speaking to.
Yes.
Right? Different
So
genres.
I mean, anything you need, Hallmark's got it.
So be sure to follow Al at Al Roker, and then also Hallmark at Hallmark Movies, and use that hashtag to get the clues from
That's
Al.
right, morning show mystery. Hashtag morning show mystery. You can also hashtag sleuthers. Okay, sleuthers, which sounds like, you know, you're having a procedure done. What happened? Well, I just got a sleuther. It's all right. I couldn't eat for a day, and I drank this stuff, and now I'm having a sleuther.
And if you
Ouch.
want more Al Roker mysteries, don't forget this is part of a trilogy.
That's right.
All
Go to alroker.com/books, and you can purchase our trilogy of books.
You'll even read it to him.
That's right. I'll read it to you. Each individual. I'll come to your home. I'll cradle you lovingly, and I'll read to you, rocking you until you fall asleep.
I love it.
And then I will tuck you in, and then I will ransack your home.
That's fabulous, Al. Well, today's live stream was produced by John Burke and directed by Ben Ratner for Al Roker Entertainment. I'm Grace Randolph.
John Burke is actually in the Witness Protection Program. It's work release.
So
We're
don't
going
tell
to if you hashtag Morning Show Mystery, we're going to put up his picture and the mob figures that are chasing him.
Is that the real mystery?
That's the real. We'll be able to, and then you can take bets online. We're gonna have an online Twitter survey. Kill John, don't kill John. It'll be great. So John Burke's life is in your hands. Hashtag kill John Burke.
John Burke's in the room. All right, thank you so much for joining
But
us.
not for long.
Don't forget to watch on Sunday night.
Holly Robinson Peete makes her Hallmark Movies and Mysteries world debut.
One lucky audience member is going home with this cake.
A hit morning show just became primetime news.
A bizarre case of food poisoning.
Someone is trying to frame me.
From executive producer Al Roker,
Come out with your hands up.
Isn't there some rule about having dinner with suspects?
Rick Fox co-stars. Morning show mystery, Mortal Mishaps. Premieres Sunday, January 21st at 9 on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries.